Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Johanna. For those of you who are new here, welcome. For those of you who are returning, welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you 2 new coloring books from Etsy, and if that is of interest to you, please stay tuned. Okay, so I know that there's a glare on here, so I'll get rid of that in just a little bit. I want to thank Jamie of Jamie's Coloring Love, as well as Poet Spice. I had seen one of these books in her recent haul. Oh no, maybe in a haul she did recently. Yeah, those two things actually don't mean the same thing. And I really, really liked the book that she showed. And then right around that same time, Miss Poet had sent me an gift card from Etsy, and I'm like, okay, well, this is an Etsy book. I can go and get it with my gift card. And so yeah, the stars aligned, and I actually was able to order 2. This is from Jen Katz. I will link both Jamie and Poet's channel below, as well as the Etsy shop that I got this. And I wanted to show this to you. It is currently Sunday, September 26th, because there's still a few more days of the month, and I might want to see if I can get at least one page done in one of these books. But it does come wrapped in cellophane. There are some free things in here. I'll show you that in a minute. And then it comes with this little cat sticker here. So I'm going to take it out of the packaging. I've actually looked at these and then put them back in here, but I will save that sticker as part of Happy Mail. So I'll be right back. Okay, so she sends this postcard. It's actually a very large size postcard, but I actually sometimes purchase postcards to send in Happy Mail from Hawaii, because that's where I'm from. So there are some that are this size. And then she sent a really nice note on here. And this entire thing, it's on a really heavy cardstock. It's quite smooth, not a lot of tooth. I don't know how it would handle markers. By way of alcohol markers, it probably would bleed through. I'm not sure how water-based markers would work. I'm not sure how pencils would work on this specifically, but you could color both sides. So that is Jen Katz, and she does have an Etsy shop. Again, I'll link the Etsy shop below, so that if you are interested, you can check it out. Now, from what I could tell, she has 5 different coloring books, and then she also has some PDFs, I believe. I chose these 2. One, again, I'll show you that I had seen on Jamie's channel, and then the other one because it looked interesting. And the other one was actually a very pleasant surprise. And when we get to that one, I'll talk a little bit more. And then there are 2 PDFs that she had sent. Again, paper is really decent. Doesn't have any kind of her branding on here or what the paper is. It's smooth, but because it's single-sided, this would work perfectly with markers. And then you've got something that's actually a little bit more blown in, or that's not the right word. Kind of, it's made bigger. I'm pretty sure this is an actual page in one of the books. It's nearly 11 p.m. on a Sunday. I work tomorrow, so yeah. But I really want to color in one of these, and I want to show them to you guys first. I normally don't do that, but like I said, I wanted to show you the packaging. So the 2 books that I got, this is the one that I had seen on Jamie's channel, and it's called Homes Sweet Homes by Jen Katz. And then the second one I got is Autumn is My Favorite Color, also illustrated by Jen Katz. This is the one that I found a little surprising, but we'll talk about that in just a little bit. Now I'm going to do a quick flip through with you guys. I normally don't do flip throughs on my channel, but I really enjoy the artwork of this, and I wanted to talk about it. So the first thing to know is that it does flip upwards. Hopefully that's not too distracting for you guys. The paper is quite thick. It's quite smooth. I have not done anything in here, so I could not tell you how they are with markers by way of alcohol or water-based or pencils, so that is something I'll definitely need to test out. I did want to show you a reference for size. So this is a Joanna Basford. As you can see, it's taller, but more narrow than a Joanna Basford book. This is pretty much the standard size, unless you get into her like Ivy and Inky. But if you have a Coloring Heaven book, it actually seems the same height, but slightly narrow. So it's just maybe like 1/4 of an inch, not as wide as a Coloring Heaven book if you're just thinking about a scale and perspective. For me, the reason why I like to know that kind of stuff is because the shelves that I have my coloring books on only go up to 11 inches, and these are taller because the Coloring Heaven books are taller. So I actually store them on the side like that because they wouldn't be able to get in my bookshelves otherwise. Anyway, so it lifts from the top. I don't know how I feel about that. I haven't colored in them because I have bookshelves right in front of me. It's going to stand up like that, so I might just end up coloring on its side, but we shall see. And it gives me a lot of nice little town vibes, but one, the paper is much better quality. It's not super thick, it's not super thin, it's only one-sided, but I guess it's because there's architecture on here. But that little girl character, that one right there, she features throughout the book. And I don't know, it seems a little bit more pristine than a nice little town, but you get the same kind of vibes. And I love little houses. I love architecture. And because this is definitely more whimsical than realistic, I don't have to worry. Well, honestly, I never do. But I don't have to feel that I need to even attempt to try and make this realistic. I will be trying both marker as well. And when I say marker, I generally mean alcohol marker. But doing an alcohol marker page, but then also maybe doing a based in watercolor or water-based marker page, as well as colored pencils, and see which one I like better and see which the paper takes better. But it's really whimsical. It's really fanciful. I don't know who these characters are because it seems like his little outfit is a bunny outfit, but I don't know if he just likes to dress up like a bunny, like Louise from the Belchers, Family Guy. No, that's not the one. Bob's Burgers. Sorry, it's really late. I just got super tired. Or if they're actually bunnies who like to wear bunny suits. But there's actual bunnies. Yes, I don't know. These are the pages that I find super intriguing because there's some doodle aspects that I get from some of my other coloring books, and yet it's not symmetrical, which I like. I'm not into the symmetry, but there's just, I can see attacking this page all in one go, or just doing little vignettes here and there, sort of like the Colin Thompson. I think that's how a lot of people approach his books. But yeah, of all of the images, I like these the best, although I do like all of them. Now, the one that I just showed you is framed out, and I appreciate that. And I might actually do the same. I enjoy adding frames to my pages, and then if I color outside of that, then it's intentional, because I could actually frame out so that some of this spills over versus having it directly in the center. I don't know, but you know, that's to decide later. This is a bit of an outlier considering the rest of the style, but it's still something that's interesting, and I could see something like this in like a grayscale. I think that would be really interesting to do with all of these beautiful floral elements. Again, you get back to the houses. I don't see any characters on here. This would make a nice beach scene. I don't know what these two guys are doing. Again, something like this, I just find really visually striking. There's lots of elements on here, and you could go just by row. I think because there are a variety of shelvings, I guess you could say, then this would be really interesting in a rainbow scale. Even though succulents are usually in greens and taupes and neutral, I mean, it's your coloring book. You can do whatever you want. But I think this would be very stunning completed, although it would be quite time consuming. I think this would be interesting either as fire, although you wouldn't want what apparently looks like a wooden structure surrounded by fire. This could also be water droplets. But yeah, this guy, he looks worried. So maybe these are fire. I don't know. That seems kind of dark for a picture. This guy's just chilling. Apparently he's a magician because he has a wand. The 31st there. So this actually would make an interesting Halloween page, although there isn't anything inherently Halloween about it. Again, another one of those pages that I just find so visually stunning, because as you're looking around, it just, I mean, what exactly are you looking at? And it would just be like the kind of find and search I would like, because all of the elements kind of make sense to the page. It isn't like a mythographic where they're just random forks and trucks in a picture. All of these kind of make sense by way of the style of the coloring book. This is another one of those pages. Now this one is super doodly. There's lots and lots of elements. Although I think because the elements are quite small, you could either go in with fine liners. Again, I don't know how they would work against the page, but I think this one would look stunning in glitter gel pen. You'd use up and eat up a lot of glitter gel pen. Maybe base the background in like a alcohol marker and then go in with some lights and darks by way of some pencil work, but also tons of glitter gel pen. I think that would be really interesting. I am not a fan of coloring water, but I do find this picture quite intriguing. I don't like that the fish are looking at me. I have a problem when animals kind of side-eye me when I'm looking at the picture. That's why I have a problem with coloring flamingos or flamingo stickers. Now, I love this page. When I was a baby, my parents didn't have a ton of money. So my mom has told me stories that when I was an infant, like right out of the hospital, they just had me sleep in a drawer because we didn't have enough money to buy a crib. And as soon as I saw this, that just made me think of that. So I don't know that this is going to be the first picture that I color, but when I do color it, I do want to spend a little bit more time on it than I might usually. But yeah, it's a very nostalgic picture to me, and it's very personal. And we still have lots more to go. This little dude is baking. I find it so interesting. So although there's tons of homes and tons of little characters, I don't look at it as being monotonous. Now, this is definitely a winter scene. That could be candy apples or marshmallows. There's a little snowman there. I guess they're just family coming in to give and get gifts. I don't know exactly what's going on. It is getting increasingly harder to show this to you because of the way that it's bound together. This one is a landscape picture. And so it looks like he's like a DJ. But instead of reindeer, they have birds to propel them. I mean, makes sense. Birds fly, I guess. And more of these little characters. And because, like this, you might think or interpret as snow. But you could also make this sandy, like a sandy beach. The whimsy factor always, to me, makes any page, even if it's inherently Christmas, because I actually see some holly up here. This could be a Hawaii-style Christmas, and so you'd see lots of teal and turquoise and browns versus snow. I mean, it's a black and white page. You can make it whatever colorway you want, but I'm enjoying that. And I think, yeah, this is the PDF. So it's actually not a blown up version. It truly is just the version that it is. And And those are the two books. So this one is a new release, 2021. The one I'm going to show you in just a second is from 2019. And she is a German artist. Now for this one, it's bound the same way. What really struck me, and in a really good way, was I generally don't like to buy seasonal books because I live in Hawaii. I don't mean to belabor the point, but I'm not going to see the turning of the seasons. It's green. It's always green. It's just a different version of green. We got super green, not as green, green. That's how we get seasons here in Hawaii. And so I thought this would be inherently seasonal, that you would just feel it to be seasonal. But actually I don't think so. So I love the name of this, Autumn is my favorite color, but it actually, to me, can be any season, as whimsical or as realistic by way of colors as you wanted it to be. Again, same kind of format, paper feels the same. And so I don't know if this one has those little characters, although there's lots of mushrooms. I love mushrooms. This definitely gives me a Kanoko Igusa vibe. And I think the Kanoko Igusa books pictures are really pretty, but this isn't something, unless it was an Olga Rani or a Coloropoly challenge to do a squirrel. I think that's what that is. This wouldn't be one of the pictures that I would gravitate towards first. Those look like eyes. That was a little alarming. Like, is that an eye? Okay. When I did a flip through earlier of this, just as soon as I got it, I didn't look at it really detailed. I wanted to see the autumn elements. But again, nothing inherently screams autumn to me. You can color this in any colorway. Like this would be beautiful in browns and golds and reds, but in blues and greens and pinks and purples, all in gray. I mean, this could be whatever you want it to be. I don't really get anything super seasonal so far from these pictures, although I suppose some of the animals are considered autumnal. Again, I don't want to sound like I'm angry, but yeah, I don't really know. It's things I see on television and commercials. Oh, here we have a landscape one. She's a little bit of a different style. Now this definitely pulls more autumn to me. You've got some candy apples. I don't know why that isn't full of ants. It's just sitting there on the ground. You've got some pumpkin or gourd type soup, an owl or other kind of bird. Yeah, I think that's really cute. And again, more house type things. I think this is a hedgehog. The fruit have eyes. Yeah. And these two are like, please, just cut me down. I don't know why I'm hanging here. Help me. Then there are some of these pages, and I think there's like 3 or 4. Now they'd be good for testing out. They're good because the way that I would do this, because they're not the same pages, but the way I probably would tackle these is one in a traditional autumn palette. Golds, reds, oranges, browns, and then do one in maybe pinks and purples, and then maybe do one in black and white. Now, of all of the pictures in here and in the other book, these are probably one of the last ones I do. But if I were going to do these pages, they kind of seem like throwaway pages to me. Then I would challenge myself, because they aren't the same, but they are similar, and just make it fun for me in my brain. This one has so far 2 of these landscape ones. This one to me pulls more summer. I don't know why, but it does. I don't know what this is or what's going on, but he seems concerned. I don't know what's happening. There's lots of different fruit on here, or food. I think that's actually a piece of cake. Could be a weird sandwich. Oh, that's really cute. And yet it still has a large whimsy factor. Her head is huge. Her neck is long and thin. She's cradling her cat like a baby. There's all of these things with eyes. I can see them in like the Pac-Man Ghost colors. I can see them all blacked out. And then you just feature on her. I mean, it would be a really interesting page to color. This one seems a little bit more simplistic than some of the other ones, and this could actually be very cute and whimsical, but I can also see this as kind of evil, depending on the way that you colored it. Also seems a little bit more simplistic, but I like that it's in one of those dome type things. This one, because they look like octopus ghosts, which clearly is a thing, I think could be Halloweenish. This could be like blood. This also could be water, and these could just be weird fish. This one is another one of those really interesting pages, but it seems like the scale is a little bigger and it isn't framed out like in that first book. This one seems a bit odd to me because it looked like either this should have been lower because there's all of this, although this would make a great either place for a quote or naming this, whatever this is, but it seems like there's something a little off about this because I think it's the only one that's like that. Again, that doesn't actually, this actually pulls more spring or summer to me, but again, you can color this in any way you want. She's really cute with the glasses. I wear glasses, so I really, really like this page, although I wonder what that's a jar of. And some of the elements here remind me of a new book that I got, Dreamland, from Renata something or other. Some of the leaf patterns kind of remind me of that. We're getting near the end. Again, more of those whimsical houses. She is really nice. Poet of Poet Spice, Biblio Scribe file thing. She's doing a comfy cozy 2021 hashtag, I believe, for October and November. And so she's doing it twofold. On her crafting channel, she's doing it in a very similar way, but it's also a hashtag that you can color things that are comfy and cozy to you, and that can run the gamut of things. And I think this page would be perfect for that. So it might be one that I get started soon and then finish for the month of October. I don't generally post a lot to Instagram, but I could still play along and then just have it in my completed pages for October. Yeah, because I think that's really pretty. Another one, and I don't know exactly if this is underwater or if those are bubbles, like bubbles. I don't know exactly, but you could actually go either way. And I think this would actually make a really cute Valentine's because of these hearts to me are very prominent. This would really look interesting in pinks and purples and maybe black. I don't know, I think that would be interesting. And then you have the back page. These are the other books that she has. And from what I've seen just on the website or on the Etsy shop, they're very doodly, like some of the earlier Kirby Rosanis books. And I don't know, I'd have to look on YouTube for a flip through, but I thought, okay, well, these two definitely are my style. They're very similar. So if you're only going to get one, hopefully this helps, gives you an idea. I think the other one to me is a little bit more interesting because of these kind of pages here where it's super detailed and busy, but there's just a lot visually to look at and be interested in. That one has a lot more of these. With those throwaway pages, that the 3 pages are very similar. Yeah. Do I think there's still a lot of value in this book? Absolutely. Am I excited to color in this book? Absolutely. Because what wins for this is it isn't as seasonal as you'd think. And I do love some of those portrait where the girls on there, the various ones. I really enjoy that as well. All right, guys. Well, I'd love to know what you think. Do you have these? I know Jamie does, or she at least has the other one. But that's it for me for now. And as always, Allah.